Hare Krishna. Thank you, all devotees, for joining our online reading session of the book, The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada. So we'll start by chanting prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravan Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwara. Yasya Deve Para Bhakti Yatha Deve Tatha Guru Tasyete Katitahi Arpha. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tatale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaye Tat Bhaktaye Namaha. Yonta Pravisha Mamacha Mam Prasattam Sanjeeva Yatya Kila Shakti Dharasvadhamna Nyam Cha Hasta Charana Shravanatvagadin Pranam Namo. Nijaguru Arivanya Krishna Chitto Vichinto Parayuta Pitrigeha Danda Sansara Kupa. Provajana Sukhabdo Majin Samsa Vishwo Bhaichatika So Bhakti. Okay. Okay, Asita Prabhu, you can start reading from this section, Centers to be Alive.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you so much.
Hare
Centers, yeah, Hare Krishna. Centers to be alive. Without preaching, temples become as if dead. Our temple must be active with preaching and not a dead place. Activities make a temple alive. Our temple must be a living temple by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and distributing prasad, as well as distributing books to the intelligent class of men. This is what a temple is: chanting, dancing, prasad. This is what I want. Temples without devotional activities do not fulfill their purpose. Not that the temple should be a place simply for good residents. It should be a place where there is constant activity in Krishna's service. For the common man, the temples are centers of learning about the science of God. When the temples are devoid of activities, the people in general become uninterested in such places. If you want to maintain this temple, you must follow this routine work. Otherwise, what is the use of occupying this big hall and big house? There will be a deity installed. You will have to worship. You will have to perform the regulative service. Simply for residential purpose, there is no need of occupying such a big house. Is it necessary? Simply for residing at night? The means to ensure that the temple remains alive. In every one of our centers, there must be Arati and Sankirtan going on, or else Krishna consciousness becomes slack. We have to keep alive. Thus, daytime sleep should be avoided.
Hare Krishna.
We can take a...
One thing I wanted to just tell here, I thought this. See, Prabhupada here is speaking about temple. Is it necessary simply for residing at night? That means such a huge temple and no activities.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you see the whole modern life, husband and wife both are working. They simply come just to sleep at night and spend Sunday. You see, Sunday also they spend out. Saturday and Sunday they want to go out. Here in United States, even in India, everywhere I'm seeing that the house is meant only for sleeping at night or keeping the car at night. But otherwise, whole day, either husband is night shift or the wife is day shift. And Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, they go for outing for eating or for picnic. What the house? Why you have such a big? You take a home loan for such a big house for what? To stay to live in that house after you retirement. You see, they don't stay at all in the house, but they have such a big house. It's such an
Exactly.
irony. It's such an irony that they have such a big house and nobody stays in the house. Nobody is there. Where previously, I remember in 2008, 9, 10, when I was distributing books, we used to go house to house and people used to be there in the house at least 7 o'clock at 8 o'clock. Now nobody is on the house. Nobody is
Mm.
in the house. We can't distribute book in the house because some way or the other, door will be locked every time because they will come, go, sleep. Because either in the daytime the husband or the wife is sleeping because they had a night shift. So they always the house is locked. Never
Yeah.
it is open. So it is why simply for residing at night you should have such a big house. Why you have to take such a big loan because any of both are working very hard. I don't even
Mm.
understand this.
Yeah.
So if your wife is staying and if you have something activities going on, even ISKCON devotees nowadays, they have to work. Two people have to work. Array, their kilo chana dal, moong dal, 240 rupees, 50 rupees has become. It is more than 200 rupees. How will you purchase moong dal? Dal is costly. Vegetables are costly. Two income is required. How will you then say? So that's why, unless and until devotees get out of this whole pyre of this modern civilization, they cannot make their own house Vaikuntha. It is not so easy. Otherwise, daytime we have to sleep, nighttime it's very difficult. It's very difficult. That's why
Mm.
Maharaj is again and again and again and again and again telling about varnashram
Yeah.
farms, growing our
Yes.
food. Otherwise, um, uh, these so-called leaders, present leaders, will not at all help. Simply giving feel-good classes, very nice slokas, very nice explanation, very sweet speaking, sweet voice, sweet harmonium playing. This is
Oh,
all I
yeah.
scratch your back, you scratch my back. There is no use of that, all these lectures. Of course, they are speaking very good. They are good lectures. We don't have any problem with them. But without them taking away from that, this one, just simply keeping for your donations, for your maintenance of the temple. Why?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Daytime sleep should be avoided. So, so
We-
many devotees, even in Brahmachari ashram, I never, from my childhood, somehow Krishna's grace from my childhood, even in my age when I was, I remember even when I was 10, 12, 15, my mother's main complaint was I'm not sleeping during the daytime because 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock after taking food, afternoon food, people sleep. But I never slept in my whole life. Now also, sometimes here and there, but daytime, I never sleep. Everybody asks me, Prabhu, you don't take rest. Yeah, I take rest here and there, but simply sleeping, ऐसा होता है मॉर्निंग के बाद आफ्टरनून के बाद immediately everybody all over the world they go for rest. Otherwise, it's very difficult for them. They have to sleep. It's a general routine for the people. It has become like this. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. In India, at least I know 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or 12:30 they take. Everybody in the afternoon sleeps. Retired people, they sleep a lot. The one who is
Very.
60, 70, he sleeps a lot. Actually, sleeping should be slowly avoided during the daytime. Then we will have so much of energy, so much of vigor and vitality. And night, 7 hours, 6 hours is enough. But people cannot understand this. Even I tell to the brahmacharis also, they cannot. They have to go at 12 o'clock. I know so many preachers, so many people, they tell me you're dozing off. Yeah, I doze off, because we are tired distributing books. Sometimes I doze off, while reading books during the daytime, I doze off on the book. I genuinely accept that. But क्यों नहीं सोते? No, I never sleep. I doze off on the book, no problem. I doze off during chanting, but never sleep. Never just take the
Right.
bed and sleep for 1 hour. Never I do that. I take a challenge myself. So many times I took a challenge myself not to sleep because it
Hmm.
gives me so much of energy. Just dozing off because body is tired. Just like in the Bible is said, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is
Flesh is weak.
tired. Something is there. So I'm seeing that. Yeah, please, Prabhu,
We can take a
continue.
little rest, but otherwise, if tired, chant Hare Krishna. Our centers are there to invite people to keep alive. Activities should center around the simple standard program of devotional service. All over the world, expenditure must be met to carry out this simple standard program. Innumerable centers may be opened, but their program is this: Kirtana, Prasadam, and then philosophy. A gorgeous temple means many flowers, beautiful decorations, and prasada distribution. Some sort of kirtan must go on continuously. ISKCON temples offer opportunities for everyone to engage in these activities. The temple is meant to invite everyone to come and take shelter of the Lord. The temple is the opportunity for all conditioned souls to render some service to Krishna, either in the matter of hearing, chanting, offering, cleansing, reading, or taking prasad. Not free hotels. It is not a joint mess that you bring something, I bring something, and let us cook together and eat and sleep. It is not that society. We should always be engaged. Recalling the inactive centers of the Gaudiya Mutt, whose members were engaged in collecting funds and eating and sleeping. Srila Prabhupada instructed, the members of this society should always remember that the society is not like a free hotel, and the temple should not be a place to eat and sleep. It was an oft repeated warning. All the temple members, without exception, must rise by 4 a.m. and attend Mangal Aarati. Everyone living in the temple must agree to the standard by proper understanding of the philosophy of tapasya. We cannot expect our guests to follow all our principles, but whoever lives in the temple must follow. That means all must sit down together and hear the Bhagavatam class. There should be a regular daily schedule of events and it should be followed closely. After the class and breakfast, everyone should go to their respective duties: deity worship, sankirtan, clean up, and so on throughout the day. This atmosphere of constant engagement will produce the truly happy result of transcendental life. Our buildings are not for our sleeping and eating in like hotels, but whoever wants to join us should understand the philosophy of regulated devotional service. They must be fully engaged. Don't make a hotel for free boarding and lodging. Everyone must be full time engaged. Don't allow anyone to simply eat and sleep. All should attend classes 2 or 3 times daily, chant 16 rounds, and go out for street sankirtan. Eating should be minimized. Too much eating leads to too much sleeping, and then sex desire. So management should be done very nicely to see that there is not an easy going, lazy attitude which will only end in fall down. The difference between the Vaikuntha atmosphere and a free hotel is following the regulative principles in a spirit of service. If you follow the regulative principles, it will remain always Vaikuntha. Otherwise, again, material world. A free hotel and a free hotel will not endure. The spirit of service must be maintained. Krishna consciousness is my profession. I am getting a living, food, and shelter. Srila Prabhupada warned about allowing persons of such mindset to take advantage of ISKCON facilities.
Yeah, I want to tell this
Yeah.
now because seeing, yeah, what to do, I have so many things. I should not
Hmm.
say like that. To so many, I have so many things to say because Maharaj has so many things. We don't have anything to say, but some experiences here and there.
Hmm.
I have seen so many people coming to ISKCON and they become so familiar with the program,
Hmm.
familiar with the devotees and everything. And here Srila Prabhupada is right. Srila Prabhupada warned about allowing persons. So there are so many devotees, they chant, they chant rounds, they come to temple. And over a period of time, they understand that here is a very lucrative business. There's so many things, so many people, they sell so many things to ISKCON devotees, like organic things, like agarbattis, they like milk, organic milk, anything organic, dhotis, chanting bags. They know the requirements of the grahasthas, brahmacharis. They know how to knack the business out of it. And there are so many people doing crores and crores of business, taking ISKCON devotees as taking advantage of the ISKCON facilities.
Oh.
Yeah. There's so many people like that. It's going on all over the world. I know a person in Miami. He will all speak very nicely. He never chants one round of Hare Krishna. He never chants one round. But he's an Indian, he's from Bihar, and he takes full advantage. And he's a very genuinely humble. I can understand that. But he takes full advantage. He goes to India, gets all things from Vrindavan. But while coming, playing, all these things, he may do some service. It's not that they do, it is all mixed up, it is all undercover, it is all everything. And they're very nice. They cut a profile of being very humble. There's so many people like this. They do all lots of business, telling that it is what is that agarbatti? Agarbatti is a very, 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 very lucrative business. You tell ISKCON devotees that it is all organic agarbatti, but there is never organic agarbatti can be made. Everybody knows that, but he will say that no chemicals are is being used. Is everything, and he earns millions and thousands, and there are initiated devotees who sell very nice agarbatti and they wear matka silk dhoti kurta every day. They wear silk dhoti. I know in South India there are so many. There is one guy, our Maharaj disciple. He used to come to one of the temple and then he used to distribute this agarbatti in the name of telling that it is now no chemicals, it's all organic, no ice burning, this, that, and all. But Gokul Chandra Prabhu understood that he is cheating simply, and he usurped so much of Lakshmi. He's our god brother. He was a brahmachari and he turned, but
Oh.
now he's a very great. You can see him. People are going. He's a great preacher. He wears silk dhoti, silk kurta, colorful dhoti. He's very famous. I don't want to take his name. In South
Oh.
India, in Tamil Nadu, he's very famous. Everybody knows him. So the point is that he goes in Thar car. Arey, you're a full time. You don't do anything. How do you get a Thar car in you? How do you have a Thar car? And he
Hmm.
comes in that Thar car. He wears white leather, light leather chappals, and then Crocs shoe. Nowadays, ISKCON devotees they have the fascination for Crocs, fascination for MacBook, fascination for iPhone. अरे कहाँ से आता है आपके पास पैसा इतना सारा? अरे और भजन कबलिंग के लिए जाते हैं और दे वेयर ऑल धोती, सम डिफरेंट टेक्सचर ऑफ धोती, डिफरेंट टेक्सचर ऑफ चादर, डिफरेंट टेक्सचर ऑफ कुर्ता. ये डिजाइन कुर्ता, बगलबंदी आता कहाँ से तुम लोग के पास पैसा ये सारा? This is all this is the mindset to take advantage of ISKCON facilities. Because people like kirtan, people like harmonium playing. So a person is there already who will teach harmonium. Neither he chants one round, he knows how to cut a profile of Prabhuji, humble, Trinath. He knows all these shlokas. but he will never. There are so many भरे पड़े हैं बड़े बड़े centers में. Even in United States, they are भरे भरे भर भर के हैं ऐसे ऐसे बहुत सारे
Oh,
लोग. I recognize so many people and tell on the face, but many times they become offended. I can recognize because I have a skeptic mentality in everything. I'm telling you, genuinely, I am very, very big skeptic. Of course, in
hmm.
Krishna consciousness we give, but I don't believe all these Rona Dhona on live. Deities are crying. I
Yeah,
don't
they said
believe
like
all this.
that.
So this is all cutting profile, taking advantage of ISKCON facilities. And so the point is that this will not end up. This will not give us Krishna consciousness. This is not a profession. So many people take up as a profession. And मैं बताना नहीं चाहता लेकिन there's so many devotees. Book distribution is like for them is like for them is an earning. अब देखते हैं इतना पैसा. देखो पैसा है पैसा. Bhajan, you do bhajan, you can travel. If you know mridanga, you can travel all over the world. If you know harmonium, if you have nice gatram, if you have nice voice, that is what is money for you. There's so many young
Jari
guys,
service also paid brahmacharis.
Yes,
To
pay.
Jari.
There are many paid people who are. This is all mindset to take advantage of ISKCON facilities. This will never give them love of God. This will never purify their heart. Actually, those type of devotees should be thwarted in front of everybody and told that you're all nonsense. You're doing a greatest disservice for Prabhupada. But there is no
Yes.
person to tell in front of everybody that face that you don't need. Why you want to do this? अरे खाना
Yes.
नहीं है सब लोग पूरा जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाइड फूड फूड खा रहा है कोई उगाने के लिए कोई नहीं है और यंग बच्चे यहाँ पे दाढ़ी बढ़ा के बैठे हुए हैं भजन करने के लिए अरे या भोजन भोजन सब केमिकल का मिल रहा है और तुम लोग बैठ के भजन क्लबिंग कर रहे हो कीर्तन गा रहे हो ये क्या चल क्या रहा है दिस इज ऑल माइंडसेट ऑफ द टेकिंग एडवांटेज ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम ISKCON विल बिकम लाइक दिस होल सोशल मीडिया इज लाइक दैट होल इंस्टाग्राम लड़कियां सब यही करती है लड़कियां क्या है इसको अरे इंस्टाग्राम खोलो तो सारी लड़कियां बैठी हुई है बंगाल से बांग्लादेश से इतनी सारी लड़कियां नॉर्थ पंजाब हरियाणा दिल्ली बॉम्बे बैंगलोर चेन्नई also mataji's young mataji's they come on social media they come on they're making a mockery of Krishna consciousness mockery. It is a utmost mockery. I'm very, very dissatisfied with the present. The way 2007 I joined, the way in 2026 it's entirely changed. This is
And
this is
things
all
are going to
mindset.
get worse, as you said, Prabhu.
And I know one case where it is a love jihad happened in ISKCON Bangladesh. Shilet, that guy is a Muslim and he became ISKCON devotee and that girl accepted his proposal to marry and he married and he turned out to be a Muslim. And
Oh,
it happened in Shillett. And I know it is a very genuine case. And devotees don't know it's going on. अरे प्रेम की गली चल रही है. If you don't control your kids, they're going to go away. In Mayapur and Vrindavan, nobody calls the initiated devotees kids. Nobody calls each other Mataji, Prabhuji. No, it's just names. They hug each other. It is what is going on. All over ISKCON nowadays. And I am very much dissatisfied. No leaders are speaking about this. And it is very, very, very disheartening. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Please read.
you should not give shelter to persons who, in the name of so-called japa, take advantage of free board and lodging. You should be very careful. Everyone, according to his capacity, should be engaged to some work. Don't allow this stupidity. Because you are giving free prasada, you should be very careful that lazy fellows may not come and take free prasad. Enga-
What is this? What is this midday meal? It's a free prasad. Free
yeah.
prasad. It is people becoming make more and more less. Why don't somebody say to them that अरे आप लोगों को फ्री खाना बांट के क्या क्या कर रहे हो यहाँ से पैसा ले रहे हो गवर्नमेंट से सब्सिडी ले रहे हो और लोगों को फ्री खाना बांट रहे हो क्यों फ्री खाना बांटना है भाई मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता है लोगों को फ्री why we have to distribute free भगवत गीता to people अरे इतना सब 1 लाख कोई वीडियो में यूट्यूब में वीडियो डाल रहा है 1,08,000 भगवत गीता we distributed free why you have to give free If they can afford for tuition fees of a lakh rupees every month, why can't they buy Bhagavad Gita?
Right.
If they cannot buy Bhagavad Gita, let them go. Somebody else will buy. I remember in Salem, when we are distributing books, every time we have done, at least devotees have done 20 times in the Salem city. Still, it's like this. Once, first time, for example, somebody is going to the book for book distribution. First, that man will come from the house. He will say, no, we don't want. Sometime the grandma will come. She will say, don't want. But sometimes the girl will come and the daughter will come and say, okay, what book you have? And sometimes that another child will come. It is like that same house we would have given. Somebody says no, but somebody else will come from that house and will take the book. I have seen so many people. Why in the name of why are you attached to free? Why leaders don't think why you have to give discount during Kartik, during Bhadra Purnima? Why you have to give discounts? There is nothing like discount. Why you have to give
They
people
say
are
they want to distribute to poor people and
अबे,
persons in
they
need.
don't distribute to poor people. They are going. See, क्या करते हैं? ये scam हो रहा है. I'm telling you very clearly. I know they get the sponsors. They fill the houses of all the brahmacharis, all the temples and grihasthas with Bhagavad Gitas. They give everybody, and then they collect it from everybody because they're not able to distribute. And it is lying in the temple. And these brahmacharis, they go to Rishikesh, they go to Lakshman Jhula, they go to Badrinath, all these places, and they go to Govardhan on Purnima. They distribute the introduction to Bhagavad Gita for 30 rupees and they give Bhagavad Gita free. That's what is going on. In
Oh,
all big temples, this is what is going on. I don't want to tell the name of the temple, but अरे इस्कॉन का पोल खोलना है कोई सीबीआई का आप एक बार करोगे ना इस्कॉन को लॉक कर देंगे इस्कॉन को लॉक कर देंगे अरे इतना सारा चल रहा है अभी those devotees from Delhi are exposing like anything. The charity commission has released notices for people. The people are going to jail, but people don't understand. They're going to jail. One brahmachari has already gone to jail. They put thousands to get him out. This is what is happening in the present ISKCON. अरे मैं बात कर रहा हूँ मुझे पता है क्या चल रहा है लोगों को सब सब ब्रह्मचारी को पता है कि बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के नाम पे बुक स्कोर के नाम पे व्हाट्सएप भागवतम सेट्स के नाम पे कितना लाखों लाख इवन इन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑल स्कैम गोइंग ऑन ऑल
oh,
स्कैम आई नो आई डोंट वांट टू से लाइक दैट एवरीथिंग इज अ स्कैम genuinity is there I don't say that genuinely they're not that no devotees are distributing but there is also equally scams are going on. It is like that. It's not that you have to work so hard. अरे फ्री पैसा डॉलर्स कोई दे रहा है आपको क्यों 10 घंटा खड़ा रह के आपको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है जस्ट दे दो ना लोगों को $50 दे दिया भागवतम दे दिया $10 दे दिया भागवतम दे दिया हो गया ना पैसा आ गया ना हम लोग को वही चाहिए ना
yeah.
ऐसा सब चल रहा है and it is very disheartening. I don't want to take the names of big book distributors, but this is what happened. But now what is happening, I don't know. But when I was there, it was happening. Okay, please read.
Engagement must be there. Otherwise, this lazy fellow will come, sleep, and take prasad. Therefore, managers are to see that everyone attends temple programs and does some service, failing which they should not be allowed to eat. And GBCs must be careful to check the free hotel mentality, for it can spoil the whole institution. If somebody comes here, the free hotel and free sleeping accommodation, then his coming to this association is useless. He must learn how to serve. Those who are serving, one should learn from him how he is serving 24 hours. Then our joining this institution will be successful. And if we take it, here is an institution where we can have a free hotel, free living, and free sense gratification. Then the whole institution will be spoiled. Be careful. All the GBCs should be careful that this mentality may not increase. Everyone should be eager to serve, to learn how to serve.
Okay,
Deviation,
Prabhu.
yeah, I think.
Tell some of the devotees to read. Okay, Shyam Swarup, Prabhu, please read.
Okay, Prabhu. Deviation from the real purpose of the temple will result in a failure movement. The purpose of a temple is to attract people to give them spiritual inspiration. Not that you think that people will come and give me money and I shall eat and sleep very nicely. If you want to make an easygoing life, showing the deity and then sleeping, then it is a failure moment. A similar warning. We cannot make the society an asylum for crazy people. Temples and monasteries should be constructed for the preaching of spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness, not to provide free hotels for persons who are useful for neither material nor spiritual purposes. Temples and monasteries should be strictly off limits to worthless clubs of crazy men. In the Krishna consciousness movement, we welcome everyone who agrees at least to follow the movement's regulative principles: no illicit sex, no intoxication, no meat eating, and no gambling. In the temples and monasteries, gatherings of unnecessary, rejected, lazy fellows should be strictly disallowed. The temples and monasteries should be used exclusively by devotees who are serious about spiritual advancement in Krishna consciousness.
I don't know if somebody knows here about the Shaolin Temple in China.
China. I heard about it,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
you heard about it, now. Many
Ah,
devotees. I don't know whether somebody actually, if you go there, still now, actually, it is there since many years, maybe 100 years or 200, 300 years. Actually, if we follow like that, then it will be very good. Actually, with Krishna consciousness. Shaolin Temple is very strict and very difficult place
very
to live
strict,
in.
Prabhu. Yes, yes.
It's not so easy place to live in. And Guru Maharaj gave once, I remember a class wherein he spoke about Shaolin Temple, and then yeah, he told Buddhist monks how they live. It's not so
Mm-hmm.
easy. The Maharaj gave one lecture wherein Maharaj told that a Buddhist monk, he wanted to join the Shaolin Temple, and the person who is the like a guru who is acting for that whole temple, he told him, whether you are genuine or not, I have to test you. So you have to stand until the next morning. It was raining like anything, and that fellow was just standing. So then he took him. Can you imagine? This
Oh.
is what is the strictness. Unless and until if we are that much, it's not that we don't have any austerity. I'm telling you, as a
Mm.
genuine person since 19, I am in the movement since 2008, 9 I joined. I don't have any problem with anything. No austerity whatsoever. We are taking prasadam. Nothing is an austerity in the temple. People think joining ashram, having brahmacharya, people having adorning saffron is very austere. Nothing is an austerity. The only thing is that we need to control our senses, control our mobile. We should not unnecessarily see nonsense videos and nonsense talk with Matajis, and then concentrate on our service, follow regulative principles, chant 16 rounds every day on the beads, complete before Guru Puja. Then your life every day will be nice. If you do this here and have relationship with devotees, then you can do. I know I have changed many temples just because of not having good relationship with devotees. Because I am like that. I see something and immediately tell them I can't tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I had to lose many leaders. I know that. But I never lost Krishna consciousness. I lost many leaders. I know that. Even one devotee told me that you don't have a leader, not a friends. I don't. I go to Vyasa Puja, so many devotees come and greet me. I also am. It's not that I don't have friends. Yeah, leaders are not there because some leader I wanted, but he is having his own problems, and he he joined, like, he changed ashram with under very great turmoil. But it's not that I don't have any leader. I accepted Maharaj is, what can I do? But it is not that I don't have any, like, I'm not dissatisfied or frustrated in my life. Never like that. But
Mm-hmm.
people think like that. But unless and until we follow like that, but it is very difficult. Uh, Shaolin Temple. If you have time, you can see some videos are there in you on YouTube how they fetch water. They have spikes on that both sides of it because it will attack their waist. So they will carry in such a way that it will not that spikes will not will not punch them on their waist. It is so crazy, but it is in the Shaolin Temple. If you want to make, then nobody will join the ashram, but it is like that in if you happen to see those videos, just see how strict and how it's like extreme austerity. But we don't have any extreme austerity. अरे पनीर का सब्जी खाते हैं, कौन शॉलिन टेम्पल में पनीर का सब्जी खाता है?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody takes paneer. Tofu, अरे they're making tofu, meal maker, soya beans, soya sauce. Who makes all these things? They're very strict regime for food, strict regime. They don't have illicit sex. They don't have even Shaolin Temple. They don't have like that. They don't have mobiles. They don't go see. All over the world, people knows about Shaolin Temple, but they don't post videos.
Mm.
Everybody goes there and become famous. Yeah. So it's like that. But sorry to say like that, within just 50 years, 60 years, our temples, our brahmachari ashrams have become like this. But few temples are there, few ashrams are there, very beautiful. At least in brahmachari ashrams, many temples, it is still very good. So many devotees are there. That's why some food we are getting, some deity worship is going on. But on the whole, there is a great problem. Yes.
Temples versus preaching. In Kali Yuga, chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is more powerful than deity worship. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu set a practical example in that he did not establish any temples or deities, but he profusely introduced the Sankirtana movement. In accord with this understanding, Srila Prabhupada, while establishing many temples, defined that temple means preaching center. Wherever the Hare Krishna mantra is chanted, some words are spoken from one of our books, and prasada is distributed, that is considered a temple. In and of themselves, temples are not as important as direct propagation of the Sankirtana movement. Temple worship is not so important as Sankirtana on the public roads and selling our literatures. Temple opening is secondary, but we should concentrate on Sankirtana outside. Why so? Whenever there is a possibility to worship the deity, we may establish many centers, but generally we should give more stress to the distribution of transcendental literature, for this will be more effective in converting people to Krishna consciousness. Preaching comes first, temples and deity worship can follow later. So far, the Chicago temple is concerned, they may install deities later. First, let them preach. Preaching is the first thing, and when there is experience, then I can install deities. Temples are not essential for preaching, but have their use in preaching.
Nowadays, what I have seen is that over a period of time, unless and until even a small center, I've seen so many, they don't have anything. They have a small room, but still they have DTs. DTs are more important than see, DTs installation is not later, but they don't do like that. Nowadays, the first they have small DTs
Mm.
because they know in India specifically, they know that if you have DTs, money will come. Hmm? That many people will ask, अरे अपने DTs नहीं है, आपके पास विग्रह नहीं है. There are no DTs over here in South India, in everywhere, because they know that DTs attract. But Prabhupada put preaching first. But nowadays, DT instead every center, अरे whole day they grab people from Bengal or Assam, give money and then tell him to do puja. and all brahmacharis go out for distributing books or anything like that. But if you see, at least His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj doesn't do like that. He doesn't install the deities. But I have seen so many temples. I know in Bhopal there were two centers. One center had deities and they were doing, and the other temple they didn't had any deities. And over a period of time, because devotees came, preaching became big, and then they installed the deities. They installed the temple that became big. But Maharaj didn't establish deities first. First they wanted to preach and then make devotees, make brahmanas, and then even in the Jamnagar, Maharaj said you should make nice brahmanas. Then I will instruct you. You should, even in Bhimavaram also. I have seen
Mhm.
once Prabhu said that we should make everything, every activity in such a way that we are having the deities. Then Maharaj will be inspired to have deities. But otherwise, having deities, mm, like everybody was thinking like that. On time offerings, on time they have artis. So why? Because so that the Brahminical culture is put, not just because we want to have, because this one, because preaching is more important. Devotees go for preaching out, but at the same time, if we develop this attitude of correct offering, punctual. Prabhupada said two things: punctuality and cleanliness are the pillars of deity worship. Punctuality, you should be punctual. 5 means 5, that's all. 4:30 means 4:30. Shankar should flow. And then cleanliness, it should be spotlessly clean. So these two are the principles. Eh, Yeah, yeah, Prabhupada.
Okay, bro. Temples are not essential for preaching, but have their use in preaching. Temple or no temple, your movement will go on progressively. We are not much concerned about the temple because temple worship is not the primary factor in this age. Primary factor is Sankirtana. But sometimes we want a center where people may gather and see. So a temple is required secondarily. As preachers, we do not require elaborate temples for our work. No. We are we are content to live under a tree. So as long as your preaching work is going on, never mind if there is no temple. Of course, in your Western countries, people must have a comfortable place to sit down or they will not come for chanting. So as soon as possible, you may get a nice place and invite the general public by making it very attractive. Deity worship is not as important as chanting because there may not be facility for deity worship somehow, but there is facility anywhere for chanting. You can sit down underneath a tree and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That will help you. Deity worship requires money to construct a temple, deity and manpower, money. But if one has no such facility, then what will he do? You will simply chant. Deity worship creates a situation of purity because we are all impure. Therefore, deity worship is required. But if there is facility, one will be purified simply by chanting. While answering queries in Hawaii in 1969, Srila Prabhupada said, "Here is a temple. Unfortunately, nobody is coming. What can I do?" We are prepared to give this nice philosophy to everyone. There is no necessity of creating a very huge building as a temple. We can sit anywhere and carry this Radha Krishna and keep there and chant Hare Krishna. That is a temple. We don't require any huge building. Temple means wherever there is God, that is a temple. What is the difference between a temple and an ordinary house? Temple means where there is God. God me God means where there is God's name, because in this condition we cannot see God. But God is not different from his name. So wherever there is chanting, that is a temple. And if other rules and regulations are followed, then it is a temple. Tatra tishtami narada yatra gayanti mad bhaktaha. Padma Purana. The Lord says that I stay wherever my pure devotees are glorifying me. God is everywhere, but particularly He is there. So there is no necessity of a temple. But if somebody has got money and wants to spend it for Krishna, then we can give you a plan. A very nice temple spending millions of dollars. We have got such ideas and such plans, but that does not mean that we are depending on a temple. We can create a temple anywhere and everywhere simply by sitting, chanting. Still, Srila Prabhupada wanted to open some temples because there were none in the Western world. The temples he established were specifically meant for preaching. Each and every ISKCON center is my life and soul for preaching this movement. Thus, that temples are not as important as preaching does not mean they are not important. Both must continue. Wherever we have got a center or temple, at the same time, there should be teaching. These two things must go parallel. If simply dry if simply dry teachings go on and there is no temple worship, then gradually he will glide down to Vyabhachari instead of Brahmachari. Even in 1977, when ISKCON was mostly focused on book distribution and other forms of preaching, Srila Prabhupada continued to urge open centers village to village, town to town. Relative importance of books and temples. Srila Prabhupada was unequivocal in stressing the importance of book distribution and preaching over opening temples. Book distribution and preaching is our most important activity. Opening temples is subordinate. We have to see how books are being distributed and how people are joining wholeheartedly. That is actual development. Book distribution should be our first business. Temple opening is secondary.
Yesterday one big miracle happened. Of course, I should not say like this, these all things, but it's a very genuine thing. I went for book distribution here in Atlanta, and books were not going, and it was very tough time. Some books were going here and there,
Mhm.
and few books went, and I was becoming I can see myself that I was becoming frustrated in that way. And, I can see some Indians there. Now we see Indians, they are like so modern, and they are imitating Americans, and I am myself speaking all these things, and I console myself. No, no, we should not speak like this. We should be very careful, genuinely tell people. And then I was continuing my book distribution, and it was go on. And then, when you are frustrated, actually, we should not be frustrated seeing Indians or seeing devotees, seeing people because they are not taking books. That happens because we are in the mental platform. Yesterday, I couldn't chant my rounds also. So it was in that mental platform. And yesterday or day before yesterday. Yesterday, I chanted my rounds and I still books were not going. Saying, what is happening? And I fired on some certain people also. They came and then they took the book, but they can see me that I am very, angry and all those things. Fine, and everything is going on. And at that point of time, I thought, okay, we should be very, lively. And I was doing lively. Then at one point of time, I understood, no, we should be like this. Whatever happens, whether somebody takes or doesn't, we should respond equally. And then I was doing, people were taking, and then slowly it was. At one point of time, one person came, and I gave him small Bhagavad Gita. I told him, yeah, you can. He gave me $100. Can you imagine? He gave me $100. And I told
Oh,
him, uh, and uh, he said, uh, whatever you're doing for the Sanatana Dharma. I want to help you out. And then, yeah, thank you very much. And if you're giving $100, you can take the whole Bhagavatam set. It is just, we are just giving it as a donation. Then no, he said, yeah, thank. Then what happened? Then Hey, what happened? He gave $100, and then I wanted to give some more books. He said, for anyhow you're giving $100. If you give this much money, I can give you the whole Bhagavatam set. He said. I said immediately he took one more $200 and he gave me $200.
Mhm.
And then I told him, okay, I'm giving you this Bhagavatam. I'm giving you this Bhagavad Gita also. And I put the whole set in his box and I gave the whole box in his hand. And I don't know so from where he got this thought that, oh, he's giving me more books. What he did, he put the box down and he told, oh, you're giving me so many books. He took his purse and he took another $200 and he gave me in my hand. So he gave me $500. I was just surprised. And he went into the car. After 1 hour, he came and he gave another $200.
Oh,
Oh.
So what I'm saying is that, well, whatever, something suddenly something has happened. What is, we know that, some grahastiti, some grahas have mixed and in his heart, Paramatma is there, in my heart, Paramatma is there. And immediately, so many books I gave him. At one point, I
Mhm.
wanted to give Chaitanya Charitamrita to him, but he thought, no, I don't want more books. But we gave so many books yesterday. After that, it's like I got new energy. And whomever I get it, everybody was giving 20, 50, 100, 20, 30. It's like so much. I collected $600. Surprised. So it's like that. Book distribution is our first business. I was thinking all this particular quote. Array, people just they want the books, then we can give. Otherwise, frustration is seen on the face, and I have seen if you are showing that exhibiting that frustration, people will take you on a toss. Maya will take you on a toss, and people will genuinely reject you on the face. They will not spit at you, but they will not bother you as you're existing there. I was standing, Hare Krishna. We have something for nobody bothers. It is like, it's a damn insult. Somebody is calling you and you don't respond. It is like that. But I could see that. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu, continue.
Srila Prabhupada, I am stressing book selling, not opening temples. Tamal Krishna, selling books, once you make the sale, the book will act. Srila Prabhupada,
Yes.
yes, it will remain permanent. Tamal Krishna, the book establishes itself as a deity within a person's home. Wow.
Wow, what a quote. I should tell everybody. I should
The
tell to
book,
people actually. You don't have deities in your house, but this will be, of course, we tell Krishna Sakshat will come to your house, but this is very good. Mm.
although he created a regular empire of buildings and printed books, Srila Prabhupada, following the advice of his Guru Maharaja, always gave more importance to preaching, writing, publishing, and distributing books than to constructing temples. My own Guru Maharaja stressed the printing and distribution of literature even over gorgeous temple construction, and I also was printing even before I had big temples in the US. In this age, it is more important to create devotees than to construct temples. My Guru Maharaja advised me to give more stress on literary work such as publishing books and magazines in Krishna consciousness, and temple opening is a secondary consideration. I'm just trying to open some temples in the Western countries because there are none. Neither it is recommended in the scriptures to give more stress on temple building. The best thing in this age is to propagate this Sankirtana movement. Sometime in the year 1935, when His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was staying at Radha Kunda, I went to see him from Bombay. At that time, he gave me many important instructions in regard to constructing temples and publishing books. He personally told me that publishing books is more important than constructing temples. Temples might not remain, but books will. You have taken the right view of the importance of my books. Books will always remain. That was the view of my Guru Maharaja, and I also have taken it. Therefore, I started my movement with my books. If there are no more temples, then the books shall remain. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati had personally instructed Srila Prabhupada in this regard. I have no personal qualification, but I simply tried to satisfy my Guru. That's all. My Guru Maharaj asked me that if you get some money, you print books. There was a private meeting talking. Some of my important god brothers were also there. It was in Radha Kund. Guru Maharaj was speaking to me. Since we have got this Bagh Bazar marble temple, there have been so many dissensions, and everyone is thinking who will occupy this room or that room, that room. I wish, therefore, to sell this temple and the marble and print some books. Yes, so I took up this from his mouth that he is very fond of books. He told me personally, if you get some money, print books. Therefore, I am stressing on this point. Where is book? Where is book? Where is book? So kindly help me. This is my request. Print as many books in as many languages and distribute throughout the whole world. Then the Krishna consciousness movement will automatically increase.
Yeah, just one thing I wanted to tell, the Bhaktisiddhanta Vaibhav, which Guru Maharaj very famously wrote, and very magnum opus of Maharaj's contribution. The cover page, if you see on the box cover, or the first, oh, not the first volume, on the box cover, if somebody has, like, observed, there is a very beautiful picture on that. That particular picture actually is about this incident of Srila Prabhupada meeting His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur at Radha Kund. That is the particular picture. If you ever get money, print books. So that picture is that.
You're just
Uh,
pointing the finger. That picture.
no, 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 no. That pointing the picture, actually, it is wrongly being presented in ISKCON, that they were never walking. They were sitting in that place. So in near Radhakund, there was, I don't know which mat where, I think Raghunath Das Goswami somewhere, I don't know, but it's near Radhakund where Prabhupada is sitting and Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is sitting, and Prabhupada's son is also there, Vrindavan, with him. That particular picture I am talking about. You have seen that picture on the Bhaktisiddhanta Vaibhav, this one, that is drawn by His Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhu, very senior artist in ISKCON. Uh, I don't know if somebody has seen that on the Bhaktisiddhanta Vaibhav. Of
Yes,
course,
Prabhu, I have
on,
seen it.
yeah, that particular picture.
Yeah.
Very good. It's a landscape picture wherein Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is sitting, Prabhupada is sitting, and Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is being fanned by Ananta Vasudev. That is what they told. There is one devotee, one sannyasi who is fanning Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. You can see that, and there are some books there. And Abhay Babu, that is Prabhupada, is sitting, and near him the son is standing. So Prabhupada is Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is speaking. That is particular instant is from this. If you ever get money, if you get some money, print books. That's particular instance in Radhakund. Yes. Okay, Prabhu, we'll stop here because it's already so much time. I don't want to extend it more. Thank you, devotees, for joining this session. So, Asita Prabhu, try to join every day from now,
Yes, Prabhu.
7:15.
7:30. Yes, Prabhu.
No, no, no.
Actually, I have some engagements in temple, so
Oh,
that's
no.
why I don't join. But whenever I'll get time, I'll join, Prabhu.
Okay, the 7:15 is every day. Monday to Friday is 7:15. Saturday is 8:30. Sunday is 5 to 6. This is the time.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, now because in United States we have this daylight savings, so
Yeah.
my time increased like anything for 2.5 hours. The difference is now 12, 13, 14 and a half hours. Now difference is there. Now it has increased.
From today morning, it will increase,
From
right?
today, from March 8. I don't know why I had to adjust my watch. Everything I had to adjust. So now it is 8:30 here. Sorry, 8:30 here. Okay, Prabhujis, Matajis, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you for giving us opportunity to read each other. I hope that I'm not blabbering or speaking all nonsense over here. If anything in nonsense, you can tell me, Prabhuji, you are speaking nonsense. You kindly stop and just read, and no problem. I am ready to take all. I have taken so many things. It doesn't matter for me. Somebody is scolding me, junior or senior, they can tell me. I don't have any problem. I take it very positively. So if at all anything is there, you can personally message me. Prabhu, this is going off so much, and we can stop it and we can just read it. Okay. Thank you very much. If
Thank
you
you,
want to
Prabhu.
say something, if you want to say something, you can say. Otherwise, I'll stop here. Okay, we'll stop here, and we'll meet tomorrow at 7:15.
Thank you,
Until
Prabhu.
then,
Hare Krishna.
सकलपतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ईश्वरनेस भक्ति विकास स्वामी सॉरी जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ईश्वरनेस भक्ति विकास स्वामी महाराज की जय। द मॉडर्न मिशन ऑफ श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण।